All right, we're gonna do spoilers later. Let's talk about episode 1 and 2, which premiered tonight. They are short. I wrote it down. The first episode is like, they're like 30-40 minute episodes, but there's like 2 minutes of previously on and 4 minutes of end credits. So each episode is short. So tonight you're going to see about an hour of the Acolyte split into 2 episodes. We meet a mysterious figure who goes up against, who meets Carrie-Anne Moss, who's a Jedi.
Yeah, Master Indara.
Challenges her to attack her, right? To attack her. And what happens? They get into a fight. And Jedi Master Indara is challenged. A fight ensues in this bar. The bar is kind of ripped apart. And with some sort of waifu fighting without lightsabers, by the way. And Indara is taken down. I should warn spoilers. Does anyone care?
Well, you're talking about the first 7 minutes of the episode.
And taken down by a mysterious figure. Then we meet this mysterious figure, a person who's works on a starship. Her name is Osha, and she's a mechanic, which is basically a mechanic. And they allow humans to work on the exterior of starships, mainly reserved for R2 units. But they are humans who go out, and she's a mechanic, and she looks exactly like the mysterious figure that murdered the Jedi Indara. Is there a mystery? And the Jedi come in, and you meet Jedi Master Soul, who is played by that guy from Lee Jung-jae from Squid Game. And there is an investigation launched to find this mysterious figure who is killing Jedi. And they arrest Osha on the ship. So Charlie Barnett, who plays Yord, and another Jedi show up and basically arrest her. And it's weird. The way the Jedi are here, they're like cops. Mm-hmm. They're like, in the name of the Jedi Order and the Republic, you are under arrest for... Is this what the Jedi are? They're just cops? Go on from there, Alan, and explain what else happens before the end of this episode.
Yeah, basically, they think Osha is the killer. And Osha used to be the Padawan to Master Sol, and also best buddies with Yord. And so Yord shows up on the ship. Osha thinks it's a happy reunion, but no, she's the suspect in the murder of a Jedi. They arrest her. They throw her in the clink. But the other prisoners in the prison, in the cell hold of the ship, start a mutiny, and they escape, and the ship crashes, but miraculously Osha survives the ship crash, and now she's being pursued by the Jedi. And in there she has a dream where she chases what appears to be a younger version of herself. Maybe is that her? Could it be her? I don't know. And then she gets captured again. And I believe that's the end of this.
That's the plot of the first episode. A couple things. I took notes, so I have to say. Carrie-Anne Moss as Indara, she says, she has a comm device. She says, I have identified a Force user. Like, this is weird. So that's a thing, I guess, in the galaxy.
Yeah, because you have to be trained to be a Force user. But as the opening credits state, that there's an underground Force training going on. So
right.
One thing that the assassin, possibly Osha, says is when she challenges Indara, Indara doesn't respond, and she basically, and when it comes to her lightsaber, she says, a Jedi doesn't pull her weapon unless she's prepared to kill, which was a weird statement, which pays off later.
Yeah.
So now we're starting to get into a little bit of the protocols of the Jedi, that they're completely, that the Force and everything they learn is completely for defensive use and not for offensive.
And as I was saying, you didn't agree with me. So many of the lines in this, it's like Chat GPT wrote the dialogue. Maybe not the script, but the dialogue. Because Indara says, "This is a fight you will not win." It's like rephrases of other things we have heard in Star Wars. So it's very unoriginal in that sense.
Yeah. By the way, the way Indara dies, what was your impression of that?
It was kind of lame.
It was like, oh, that's how you kill a Jedi? It's that easy?
I thought it was so easy. Like, why don't other people kill Jedi that way?
Yeah. In fact, why, I mean, if you have daggers, you can kill Jedis.
Yes, you can kill a Jedi with a knife. We should mention we're going to talk spoilers. Does anyone care about spoilers?
Again, we're talking about the first 7 minutes of the series.
Yeah. But also, there's another thing that bothered me is some of the modern language woven into the dialogue. For example, Osha has a little robot. She has a sidekick robot that's named Pip.
Yeah.
It's basically a smartphone that is a robot. That's what it is. It's a smartphone. And it's all cute and it's like this big. It's the size of like an iPad. And
you know what it is? It's a sonic screwdriver with a personality.
Yeah. So it's just so lame. It's so lame. And she says to it, like, Osha wakes up, there's the droid Pip making noises, and she says, inside voices. Inside voices is a term used on Earth to reprimand children who are talking too loud. How would someone in outer space, a mechanic, basically an orphan woman, know the term inside voices? This is how bad the dialogue is in this show. It's a mix of things we've already heard in Star Wars with modern talking. And the other thing is, you didn't even notice it, Alan. When Osha is arrested by Yord and the other Jedi, Yord says to her, "Mothers and your family." Mothers.
No, I picked that one up. That up.
I had to rewind it to re-listen to it. Wait, mothers. He was born of 2 mothers. And the whole thing that there are twins, that's broken in the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's not a big reveal. There are like the whole thing of there being twins, two of the same. That's the first episode of the show. It's revealed, and you can figure it out pretty handily.
Yeah.
There's nothing exciting about it. So, anyways, Alan, anything else about episode 1? It's just it's bad, but nothing egregious. It's like, all right, whatever, a murder mystery. There's Jedi involved. They're basically the LAPD. They're cops, and there's an assassin, and they're trying to find her, and a couple of annoying things, but whatever.
Yeah, I'll say this. Here's some notes that I have. One is, I appreciate the fact that one of the leads is Asian, but there are more Asians in it. In fact, there are 2 Nemoidians in it, and they're so
that's right.
There's two more Asians, right.
But they don't have Asian accents. Right?
I think they started with it, but I think they lost it, which kind of insults me. That fact that you still couldn't hire Asians to voice the Nemoidians. Jonas asked me about, because apparently they were intimacy coordinators, and that shows up in the first episode where Yord is shirtless, and he shows off his glorious Timothée Chalamet-like body.
Here's what's funny. Let me say about Yord. Yord is played by this actor Charlie Barnett.
Yes,
he is the guy that said the whole thing.
few days.
He's the thing that said, when Anakin blew up that Star Destroyer, how many people died? And if Anakin did that. He may be a terrible, like, at Star Wars lore. He's actually good in the show. He's one of the few actors I liked. Whereas Rebecca Henderson, who is
Venestra, Master Venestra.
Vernestra Rowe, who is Leslie Headland's wife, she's terrible. No surprise, the sort of nepotism hire is a terrible actress. No surprise. Charlie Barnett as Yord, he's kind of comic relief, and he's good. He's actually, I'd say he's one of the better actors next to Lee Jung Jae. So
okay, so let me bring up the introduction of Master Venestra, Leslie Headland's wife. Here it is. This is how we first see her. She walks into the room, and look at what she does with the automatic doors here. She uses her hand. You ever go to the supermarket and walk through the opening, the automatic doors, and you put your hand out like it's the Force?
Yeah, I do that. I actually do that.
There she goes. She's doing it right there.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like someone told someone, here's everything you need to put in a Star Wars show to make it Star Wars. You need Jedi in robes, you have to say these things, you have to do this stuff, but still the tone just doesn't feel like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other thing is, I mean, what the problem I have with the series in terms of the writing, let's talk about how bad it is. It just feels like everything is written to satisfy the moment, as opposed to, here's a Jedi with certain powers, using the Force, has a lightsaber, but it just seems like the use of that only goes to the narrative that is currently being told, as opposed to, well, why couldn't a Jedi just have done this? Or why couldn't a Jedi just done that? In this opening battle sequence between the assassin and Master Indira, it's like, so Indira uses Force pushes to kind of cause her to freeze. She never uses the lightsaber until the daggers come out. And then you have this Force user who, I don't understand her powers, because what it seems like is that when you watch it, the first thing you're going to think of is she has superhuman strength, because she can block a punch with her hands. She can flip over a giant table, and then she can kick it across the room. Then she can easily dispatch with a gang of thugs with one single punch. A punch to the stomach, it takes them down. A punch to the leg cripples them, and that's Chris just disappeared, and that's why I'm like, I don't understand, because look, spoiler alert here. I believe this is kind of the origin of the Sith, and that this assassin is being trained in the dark arts there, and I don't understand how those powers work and how they disappeared by the time we get to the prequels and the original series.